There are a couple of different ways of bailing out Europe. One is the Federal Reserve, which manages and prints our money, and most people think it's a part of the federal government. It's not. It's owned by private partners. It's a private organization. And so we've given them the power to print money and have a printing press in your home, so to speak, and it's never been audited. So the Federal Reserve printed up $16 trillion of our money and gave it to the banks in Europe several months ago. Just gave it without congressional approval. Think about that. Just gave it. And they refused to tell Congress who they gave it to, which banks they gave it to. And now we see all the banks in Europe are in trouble, and they're having to be bailed out. Well, who's bailing them out? What happened to that $16 trillion that our Federal Reserve printed that then creates inflation on the part of American citizens that affects our gas price, affects everything that we import? For the benefit of these people, we've got private people printing our money, and they're guaranteed a return today. So that's one way to do it. The other way is for the federal government to give the Federal Reserve Bank the okay to go ahead and print the money and give it to the Europeans. Now, why are we doing that? We're defending them. Why would we want to do that? We're in our best interest. Are we, the American people, the slaves for the Europeans, so that they can have their month-long vacations each year when we're lucky to be able to get 1 week off to try to find a place to go, and then for it to be so expensive that we don't have the money for gas and much less pay for the hotel room, so we take a vacation when we can spend it at home. No, that's wrong. And Phil Gingrey has not spoken out against it, and he has not opposed it. He has not come out and told the American people what really is going on, so he must be part of it, since he's voted to raise our debt ceiling several times so we can afford bailouts of other countries. We are the suckers of the world. We spend American soldiers' lives and blood to defend everybody else in the world so that they can enjoy the standard of life. Now, the American people have to become knowledgeable of what's going on and what people like Phil Gingrey is doing to vote to increase our debt ceiling, saying and using things like, oh, we can't let our government shut down. Why? Because we owe it to the rest of the world. The rest of the world depends on us, so we've got to work a little harder, give them a little more money. That's wrong, and that's got to stop.